Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dozer, and let the torture begin! So yeah, today we'll be starting to head into these secret levels that we unlocked. So let's start with Area 3 Kuru Ruins. So yeah, a lot of torture today in this level. So this level has 3 treasures for you to collect. And the level by itself kinda splits into 3 paths, if it makes sense. How it goes, I'll, well, let you know just in a moment. So yeah, for now level will proceed as normal, everything will be normally, but when we'll come into that next room here, well, that room will feature 3 doors, and each of these doors features different treasure for you to collect. So basically, if you go into the one room, and then it has 1 treasure at the end. If you go to the second one, then it has the second treasure, and if you go to the third one, it has the third treasure. And you can't kinda go back after you receive 1 treasure, so basically you have to replay this whole level 3 times to actually get all 3 treasures, to actually visit all these 3 rooms, and yeah, that's how you can collect these treasures. As you can see in this level, game gives us all gears right at the beginning, so yeah. And today a lot of jewel sandwiches will be made as well, because each and every room in this level where there are these treasures, well, has some kind of jewel sandwich recipe for you. So how it works, I'll mention just in a moment. So yeah, and if you're curious what was that first level that I visited in the previous episode, that underwater level, it was actually Area 3-2 Sunken Ruins, because later when I rewatched that episode, I actually realized that I haven't mentioned the level where I was at that point, so yeah. So yeah, as you can see, there is 1 door at the bottom, 1 door to the left in this room, and also there is 1 door to the right. And as you can see, even getting to these doors is pretty hard, especially the second one and yeah, the third one. So yeah, you have to use these jelly blocks to bounce out of them, and yeah, to reach all these places. So yeah, speaking about this game, I advise you to look for this small little manga comic on the internet. Well, it actually tells all the events that happened before this game began. So it kinda acts like a prologue, and even the art style is very similar, which is apparent in this game. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So yeah, as you can see, these are all the 3 doors, and we now entered the first one, which was to the right. So there will be a lot of bottomless pits in this level, as you can see, and yeah, most importantly, we actually have to watch out for that freaking boulder to the right, because here you'll have to ascend upwards, and yeah, you see this freaking boulder is in the way, so here you... yeah, no, you can't actually jump there, you have to use your ball mode, your dashing mechanic, to actually proceed to the right there. But yeah, the boulder will be your biggest problem here, because if you remember how boulder knockbacks work, they are pretty insane. They just ricochet you around the room. So yeah, you have to be really careful about them, yeah, as you can see, because that knockback can bounce you right into the bottomless pit, and then you have to kinda restart playing this whole room all over again. So the trick here is to use these jelly blocks to bounce on the ledge where you actually need to go, right? And then there's this yellow block in front of you, right? So you have to time your jumps quickly and your drill quickly as well, so that you can drill through this yellow block quickly and hide. Yeah, you see here, so that the boulder is not touching you. Sometimes boulder can actually ricochet you so that you are not falling down into the bottomless pit. It can just ricochet you into the jelly block, which is sometimes pretty good, right? So yeah, really be careful in this place, because well, this place sucks. And if you're wondering how Jew sandwich is made, well, in this room, well, imagine if the bottom layer of a sandwich is, well, either a jelly block, either a bottomless pit, or either a wall. The middle layer is Jill herself, and the top layer, well, surprise, surprise, yeah, it's actually, well, the boulder. So, but hopefully you won't be enjoying that Jill sandwich which is made in this level, because, yeah, in this room, I mean, because this room, yeah, is pretty sucky. So, also your scouting mechanic here helps a lot to see where you need to go, because, yeah, we have a lot of bottomless pits here and stuff. Also, these dudes, so if you drill into them, they release these gases which damage you. So here, there will be a couple of these dudes. I advise you to actually ram into these dudes and take advantage of your invincibility frames and deal with them when you have these invincibility frames. But yeah, just be really, really careful here. Stand on these platforms, don't fall down, really. Because, yeah, like I mentioned before, if you fall down here and if you fall into the bottomless pit, you have to replay this whole room again. So basically you have to go through that boulder section once again and stuff like that. So, yeah. So here, as you can see, you can't just go to the left. You can't just jump there, right? So, yeah, if you are using your scouting mechanic, you actually discover that there is a hidden jelly block underneath you, which you should reach actually from this platform here with your drill. So, but it's pretty tricky to do, because if you won't do that, if you don't time your drill correctly, if you fall, then you will just fall down into the bottomless pit. And yeah, here if you are staying in the third gear, and if you bounce backwards, then you can reach this platform here. So now we have to ascend once again by using these jelly blocks, and here I was a bit puzzled because I have to reach the top of this room, but it seems that I can't do that normally. So yeah, here I was kind of like puzzled a bit, so what should I do? Well, the trick here is actually to reach that upper yellow block with your drill. It's really hard to do because, well, yeah, you need to have quite enough hang time in the air to do that. So yeah, we are actually back. So basically I replayed this whole section once again because yeah, was in the bottomless pit, so I have to replay it again, and now we are back here. So yeah, as you can see, you have to time your jump correctly and your drill correctly to reach this jelly block here. So here you have to go to the right, but don't let that red box full of chips fool you, because it will be kind of blocking your way. It will be standing on the, well, that place where you actually need to go. So you have to drill it first, and then just don't fall down, and yeah, when it's out of the way, you can kind of drill into these blocks and reach this place here. So here's this small little skeleton bugging us. So here I was being pretty clever because he kind of sticked out of that platform, and my drill did the job here. And yeah, upwards is actually the door which we need to reach to get the treasure. So here, the trick here, yeah, is actually to drill into the block, into the jelly block which is to the right. And yeah, then use your drill, and yeah, stay the third gear and bounce backwards to reach this door. So that's it for the first treasure. That's it for this torture chamber. So yeah. So now we are in this forgotten room where actually our yeah, treasure lies. The first out of the three which are in this level. So as you can see, the door to the left, we can't go backwards now, so to make actually progress we have to go forward. So basically we'll get this treasure, and then we'll exit out of this place, and then we'll revisit this place 2 more times to get 2 remaining treasures. So here we get Cow Dust, which is a pretty ridiculous name for a treasure, if you ask me. And honestly though, it looks even more sillier than it sounds like. So you saw there at the top, when I kinda was dropping down here, there were 3 passages there. So actually these 3 passages, yeah, you are kinda dropping down from all of these 3 rooms where all these 3 treasures are located. You drop down to this room here, and then you kind of go out of this level. So basically the same thing applies to all 3 rooms. So that's how it works in this torture level. So, yeah, the very first time when I played this game, this level was pretty hard for me. Especially one particular treasure was really hard to get. And yeah, I left that treasure for the finale of this episode, kinda. Well, you'll see what I mean. So, it's pretty hard to get, so really hard to get. So yeah, cow dust. Each grain in this pile is shaped like a cow. Moo. Yeah, I told you, it looks even more sillier than it sounds like. So, yeah, all these dust treasures are pretty ridiculous. It's like seriously? Like what? Say what? Cow dust? What? Okay, and now, yeah, let's head on to this door to the left. As you can see, I was not showing you how I entered this level because you already saw that when I grabbed my first treasure. So, yeah, now we are in spear area. So, Jill sandwich will be made in this room again. But if you enjoy shish kebab, then, well, this room can offer you that as well. As you can see, we have a lot of spears to worry about, and again, we have to ascend upwards in this whole room. But yeah, spears are your biggest problem here, because as you can see, you have to use your jumps to actually, well, reach the place where you need to go, right? To ascend, and if you are doing that, if you are jumping, then these freaking spears, they can knock you in midair, and then you'll, yeah, then you'll just fall down. So, and this particular room is really long, so to speak, and yeah, you can actually fall down from the top of this room right at the bottom, and yeah, that's how, well, Jill sandwich is made in this particular room, if you're wondering. So that's, yeah, that will be pretty big fall, and you'll be pulling your hair out because you'll have to kind of, well, ascend again through this torture. So, also, yeah, here your ball mode helps a lot as well, because, for example, here at the top, well, if I can actually reach that place, that is, there at the top there are some spears shooting at you, right? And if you are hiding in your ball mode, you can actually make it so that the spears are not touching you. So, yeah, right here, you see? So, and here I was an idiot, yeah, didn't have enough hang time in the air, and well, that means that I have to redo this whole section all over again. And honestly though, the climb still continues after this section, it's not over yet, so yeah, later on it will be even more trickier. So, alright, and to the left. Okay, so now we have these freaking slippery blocks once again. So now it will be kinda more trickier, but honestly though, it's not too tricky, it's just that I was tricked. I was paying attention too much to that spear to the right, which was shooting at me, right? So I was kinda thinking, how should I kinda dodge it, and how should I concentrate on these blocks and stuff? But the thing is, what I had to do, I didn't realize that, you see this red block, it disappears, and then these two blue blocks appear. I could just go straight upwards, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know why I was paying attention to that spear. But yeah, from that red block you actually have to jump, because that spear kinda shoots at you, right? So yeah, you jump here, then you jump on these, yeah, on that first blue block there, to the right. And then you jump from it quickly to the right to reach the second blue block, and then you can reach upper platforms. So I don't know why I was struggling with this small little spear in this particular section here. So, and as you can see, yeah, they're upwards. We have these 3 platforms, so the climb still continues. So basically, if you fall down there, well, you see you can fall here and even more down. So basically, you can just fall down right at the beginning of this whole room. Then Jill sandwich will be made, and well, you'll be very unhappy to taste it, like seriously. So, so yeah, I don't know why this particular section gave me so much trouble, because honestly though, it's not so hard, this particular section. I think even the previous section was much more harder with these spears and with these moving platforms, but here with these slippery blocks, it's not so hard. Next section though, which is upwards there, that will be quite tricky. You'll have to time your drill very precisely there. What I mean you'll see just in a moment. So first of all, let's get rid of these these two ghosts. So when you get rid of them, they'll leave these white orbs of light. And these white orbs of light, they kinda home on you, so I advise you just take damage, and so that these white orbs of light are not screwing around with your jumping here, with your platforming here in this particular section. As you can see, we have to kinda bounce from one jelly block to another in this whole part. But yeah, spears, they are shooting so rapidly that sometimes you can just ram either into the spear, or the spear itself can just shoot you from the back, and then you'll have this freaking knockback and it will knock you out. And then you'll have to kind of redo this whole section all over again, yeah, just like that. So yeah, you have to be really precise here. Take your time, kind of when you are hanging out on that jelly block while staying on the third gear. So yeah, it's all about the precision here and timing there as well. So this is yeah, pretty hard section to go through. So it will take you a couple of tries to go through it. Also remember that you can use your drill to your advantage here to actually protect yourself from these spears. So here we have this red box. I don't know what is in it, maybe health, maybe chips, but don't be fooled by it, don't go after it, because you can see there are spears at the top, so if you go after it, you'll actually be knocked out, and then you'll have to kind of redo this whole section all over again. So actually here more concentrate on that lower, on that jelly block to the left here. So yeah, let's be really quick and yeah. So that's how you can go and reach this place. So basically you have to be really quick there and bounce out of that jelly block almost instantly to that platform, and yeah, that's how you can reach this room, which holds our second treasure, which is ancient tablet. Maybe this was the first tablet ever made, who knows? Before iPads were popular or something, I don't know. And yeah, as you can see, now we are falling down, and yeah, we are back in the same place where we were before when we grabbed our first treasure in this whole area, whole level. So check that treasure, that ancient tablet. Where is it? Here we go. Something is written on this tablet in a cryptic old language. It's interesting that on this tablet there are some cogs, gears, drills. Yeah, that's very interesting. I wish there was more lore to these treasures in this game, because honestly, the game just gives us a brief description and that's it. But yeah, because we saw how interesting these treasures are so far in this game. And it seems that something was happening with drills, dozers, in ancient times as well, so... Alright, now, this is the real torture chamber. This was, yeah, the most insane room in this whole level. So, if you're wondering how Jill sandwich is made in this room, well, as you can see, the floor is constantly moving upwards, and if you touch these spikes, it's insta game over, then you'll have to kinda redo this whole room all over again. So yeah, that's how a Jill sandwich is made. So basically you can be crushed in this room, and you have to be really quick in this room as well. So in this room is, yeah, it's all about the speed, it's all about the memorization as well. It's not too long of a room. Which is that, for example, here in this section, you see, you have many possibilities how you can go upwards. So at first you might think that you can drill into these upper blocks, but it's actually not so. You have to use your dashing mechanic actually here to first reach that place to the right there, where there are these yeah, small platforms, as you can see, and then you have to go from that section to the right actually upwards. From the slower section you can't actually reach the place where you need to go. So yeah, at first when I played this whole torturous segment for my very first time, I was really puzzled, especially about that part, but then I figured out that I have to use my well, ball mode, dash forward, and then I was yeah, good to go. So, and yeah, as you can see here now, you can actually reach these upper blocks from this part. So, also here, be sure to, well, hold down the direction where you need to go when you're using your drill. So, because if you're not doing that, then Jill won't be fast. She won't be drilling through these blocks instantly. So, okay, so here, drill through these 2 blocks. If you're being really precise, you can drill through them just instantly. If you're being precise and quick. And here, yeah, just dash forward and no! Well, yeah, that's how Jill sandwich is made. So basically there I was just crushed. I was not being quick enough, and yeah, as you can see, yeah, speed is all that matters in this particular segment, and memorization as well. It all comes down to muscle memory more when you got all the things memorized in this particular segment. So yeah, honestly though, it's not so tough when you memorize all things and when you are being precise and speedy. So yeah, as you saw there, you can't reach that place where you need to go from, well, that left section here. You have to actually curl into your ball mode. So okay, let's be really quick here. Yeah, stress levels are at its max in this room, because this room is just crazy! No, but for real, this room just sucks. Seriously. So, okay, this part. Let's drill quickly through this block, and then quickly through, yeah, these 2 other ones, these ones. Okay, and quickly through the final one. Hopefully no Jill sandwich today! Come on! Okay, and don't forget to press the button to actually enter the room. So... Oh my god, Jill. Well, you were almost a Jill sandwich!
Jill sandwich?
Yeah. But after this torture chamber, we actually get our final treasure. So yeah, this room sucks my balls. Like seriously, it's a pretty hard room to go through. So on my first playthrough, it took me a couple of days to actually go through it. So, but yeah, here we get Barnacle Coin, and after receiving this treasure, our rank is upgraded once again. So now we are Safecracker. You're getting the hang of it. Like father, like daughter. Oh yeah. Nice. Alright, so yeah, this will be it for today, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode where we were making a lot of Jill sandwiches today, you know. Some of them were successful, some of them were not so great. But yeah, overall we got all the treasures finally, so now we'll never see this level ever again, hopefully. So alright, so let's check that final treasure. So we got, yeah, Barnacle Coin. This old silver coin was dredged up from the depths of the ocean. It looks like a big piece of junk to me, like seriously? So why should someone make it a treasure? That's kinda really odd. But okay, never mind, I guess. So okay, so yeah, now we'll head into actually level 4. So yeah, we got all treasures in area 3. So next time we'll go to level 4, which, yeah, will also feature some treasures for us to collect. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers!